All right, team. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Okay, so we got a few stuff moving today. Let's take a look. Um, all right, so first one's first. We have BIIB here. BIIB. Let me mess with the settings of this green screen to make it a little bit more clear. There we go. That's a little bit better. What else we can mess with? All right. All right, team. So like I said, we got. Sorry, guys. I gotta kind of mess with this my camera here. All right. So let's find a few stuff that's moving today. We have BIIB here. BIIB gapping up from 223.50s all the way to 304.80. So a huge gap up here. This one is, let's see, about $77, $76.50. Plus 450. Yeah, so that is exactly $81. So an $81 gap up, almost exactly an $81 gap up for this one. That's a pretty big percentage. Let's see. It sounds like it's almost a 25% gap up. It's probably roughly like 24%, just from my the calculations in my head. What is this? Like roughly 24% gap up. But regardless, it's a pretty big gap up here for HIIB. ETON, we got ETON gapping up from 583 to 715. Looks interesting here. ETON, we've got STMP. STMP gapping up from $76.13 to $90. Solid gap up there as well. This is stamps.com. We got CDNS here gapping up some. We've got AIMT gapping up with no volume though. We've got VRTX gapping up some. We also have ETON, I think I went over that one. We've got AMD here. We've got Tesla. We've got BMY. BMY gapping up some. And so, yeah, that's really what I see right now. We can look at the penny stocks, and they're not really doing that much. And so not many penny stocks moving this morning. We got MBRX maybe. MDR, we'll watch that one from yesterday after a big move yesterday. That one had this crazy move yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on MDR. That's about the closest thing to a penny stock that I really want to watch today. Everything else doesn't really look that hot. FTCH. I know we've got Snap here, SNAP, Tiva. And so, yeah, that's what we got right now. AMTD, TD Ameritrade, the same platform that I'm using to show you these charts, is gapping up some. So we'll watch that as well. And, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, let me know if you guys have anything specific you guys want me to look at. As for now, I'm not seeing too many penny stocks and mostly high cap stocks, which is great. I mean, usually that gives me stuff to trade. For down gappers, we're not seeing too much as well here. We got Tops Shipping Company that's gapping down. TTS gapping down some. But yeah, that's about it as well. BIMI maybe if you traded that one the last few days. But yeah, AMD, we got ETON, we've got BIIB, we've got STMP, and we got BMY. That's really what I'm watching right now. And so let me know if you have anything, like I said, that you want me to look at. Let me see. Good morning, Brandy. Romy. Cola. Hassan. Danny. What's up, guys? Good morning. Oh. All right, so yeah, it gapped up $81. Let's see how much. I think it's 24%. It's going to be roughly around there. Let's see. Maybe a little bit less. Maybe it's $23. let's see, 306 divided by 0.25 or times 0.25. 76. So, yeah, what is that? 23.5%. So I was pretty close. I said 24%. It was 23.5. Got that mental calculation skills. RLMD and pets. But yeah, we'll start looking up some news in a second. I'll post my watch list here too, I guess. Main watch is BIIB, obviously, followed by ETON. I'll have to see whether that one's tradable. If you watched the stream yesterday, you know I did rebound some. And this is a question I have to ask myself, guys. I had to ask myself this question last week as well. The big question is whether this the trading I've been doing lately. I'm just gonna hold on, guys. That's mostly my watch list right now. But yeah, the big question I have to ask myself: if you guys were in our Discord, you know I made $100 in gross profits. Let's really see what I netted yesterday. I don't think I netted that much because I took a few thousand shares to get that. I netted I netted money on the day yesterday, so that's good. So yeah, so every day I've been ending green in gross profits. And yesterday you could see what was it? And the way I've been doing it is mostly through scalps. You know, I've been mostly doing it through scalps. Yeah. They are. You look on the window, like counter next to the bed, where my clothes are. But yeah, so the big question I have to ask myself is, am I doing well just because I'm a good trader and I can usually find a way to end the day green? Or am I doing well? And if that's the case, that means I'm just doing it off stream because it's easier without the pressure of being on stream, right? Because I notice this about myself every day, and I'll be honest with this. I've noticed this about myself is that I wait for the stream to end to take my swings because, again, there's just a lot of pressure on stream. Everybody's watching me. Sometimes people get really critical, and so it's harder for me to take those swings on stream for some reason. I don't know why. I guess because it makes me more nervous to take a big loss in front of everybody. And so I've been just kind of waiting to take it off stream and take my swings off stream. Like I said, if I bring up my trader view here, and I go to my day yesterday, I didn't take a huge swing, but I did take like 1,500 shares of Roku, I believe it was, yesterday. It wasn't ridiculously huge or anything, but it was bigger. And so just so you guys can see this, right? Okay, so yeah. Here's the 21st, which was yesterday. I'm just going to call this one Roku trade because that's the main trade I got into after the stream. All right, you saw I called it Roku trade. I can export it and save it again. Roku trade. See? I'm going to place it. Sure. Alright, so you saw I named it Roku trade here. Now if I pull up my trader view, let me get this to where it's not going to take up the whole screen. I just want you guys to be able to see me upload it so you know I'm not like making this stuff up. Alright. We go to import. Choose file. Again, I'm going to go to the one I just named, Roku trade. Upload that. Alright, and so yeah, you see I made a $250 win on Roku with an average share size. It looks like at about $16.50. Lost a little bit on CGC before that, which might have pushed me to do it. But yeah, if you look at my trades view here, or if you look at my reports view, you know, this week so far, Nice little win on Roku there. It looks like I netted about $40, which is fine. $40 net after all those trades and commissions is fine. But yeah, that's what I'm in right now. We'll see what happens. But yeah, just trying to be transparent and show you guys that. So you guys know I'm actually getting into these trades after the stream. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I've kind of learned that about myself, and I'm trying to be honest with people about it. Is that, like, of course I trade better off stream, and I try to be transparent and stream so you guys can see me, and then do this so you guys know, like, I'm actually getting into these trades. But I certainly trade better off stream, and like I said, I think that has something to do with less pressure. Me being able, I think when I take big sizing like I did yesterday, I kind of have to be in the zone a little bit. Like, I have to really focus and be in the zone and not worry about, talking to people or answering questions. And I prefer to just kind of be in the zone when I do that. And if I'm streaming, I can't really do that a lot of the time. And so I think the next step here, though, is I have to transition to be able to taking those swings on stream. And so I have to start because I think I found like a little safe space for myself to where I trade really small on stream, and then I take some swings after stream and end up ending green on the day. And so, like I said, I just have to figure this out. I've been in a weird little mental place, I guess, lately. What do you guys think? That's the reason I'm telling you guys. What do you guys think of my dilemma here? Of course, I want to take the swings on stream so people can see the big wins. But again, it's difficult when you got hundreds of people watching you, to be honest. And, yeah, I'll get there. What's up, Pensador? What's up, Tyrell? What's up, Danny? What's up, WTD? What's up, Hassan? What's up, guys? Alright, guys. So, yeah, so main watch is probably BIIB here. Interesting trend line for this one so far, at least. That's an interesting trend line. Could be a flag pattern here in pre-market, but we'll see. But you can see the trend line, very obvious trend line here. And we'll see what happens with that one, too. What's up, Kangster? What's up, man? But yeah, I guess I'll try to take some trades off stream. Again, it's just difficult. If I'm being honest, it's just difficult, guys. Yeah, it's just difficult, man. Like I said, honestly, though, if we look back at my results, here's the thing, right? Part of me, my ego side, my ego side is just like, well, John, you're just a good trader now, and so you can trade, you can trade actively and in green almost every single day, which I kind of have. I really kind of have. In the last 2 weeks, I don't think I've ended once. I don't think I've lost once at the end of the day. Now, and that's in gross profits. In net profits, I'm certainly down some at the end of the day, just because I've been taking some bigger sizing to make these wins, and that single factor right there, the fact that I'm taking bigger sizing to make these wins, makes me think. This is what I really think. If I'm being honest, as much as it hurts to admit this, I think that the way I'm trading is not viable long term, because yes, I can take big size and in green most of the time, but that one time that I in red, I'm sure is going to be much larger than the winning trades I had, especially considering the net profit I'm making after commissions and all that. And so I have to be very honest with myself about whether this is viable long term, because what I don't want to do is have a million wins and then one huge loss that destroys the account. You know what I mean? And so with that, I got to be careful. You know, I got to be careful, and I think that I'm a good trader, that I can generally find ways to end green, and that if I didn't pay like if commissions weren't, you know, taking away my profit, it would be fine because I would have made enough by now to compensate for any big loss that I might take in the future. But I do think that with the sizing I'm taking, things could go very drastically wrong. And again, I don't want the one big loss that I will eventually take if I keep trading like this to outweigh the wins that I have already in the market. And that's me being completely honest about how I'm trading. And so I do have to look at it from that perspective as well and just be honest with myself about it. With that, I have to learn to accept a losing day, which I haven't been lately. Every time I have a losing day, I think my pride gets in the way, and I'm like, and I also have to question, you know, my strategy works, but lately, the last 2 weeks specifically, has been very difficult to trade. And so I do have to be real about that as well. And so we'll see how today goes. That's where I'm at with my trading today, guys. Just trying to give you kind of a breakdown of what I'm thinking about in the market right now. And that, yeah, because that's where I'm at. Because if you look at Discord, I've ended every day green. You know, like yesterday, if we scroll up here, and I post my trade log every single day. Plus, I usually upload it to TraderView Live. So you guys know I'm making these wins after the stream. Like yesterday, I ended up $101 in gross profit. Friday, I ended... Maybe I didn't end up Friday. Oh, yeah, I did. What? Okay, here, I'm going to go give my kids a hug goodbye, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. But yeah, so yesterday I ended up $101. Friday I ended up $205 in net profit. If you guys see our Discord here, this is what I'm looking at. So like you can see our Discord. That was my trade log, $205 win. What's after that? And then Thursday, I ended up $186. Right. And then I guess I didn't trade after the stream at all last week. I don't think I did. So the beginning of last week, I guess I didn't trade off stream. Friday, I lost $63. So I did lose after the stream on Friday. And so we do want to take that into consideration. Yeah. Oh no, Friday I came back and rebounded 186 wins on the day. So yeah, like I said, I I noticed this about myself, and I just got to start being real about it. This man living my dream life. Hey, bro, it's my dream too, man. You know. But yeah. All right, guys. So it's almost 8:50. We're gonna start looking up news in just a minute. But yeah, look at this. BIIB. BIIB followed this trend line. If we activate this now, we could see that it actually kind of followed the trend line I drew. Not perfectly, of course, but I do see a little bit of a flag forming here for BIIB. I don't know if it's actually going to follow through or not. It looks pretty extended. It's up like 24%, 23.5% on the day. And so with that, you know, it might be a little bit extended. I generally look to short these the next morning at the open, and so we'll see what happens today, but that's what I'm kind of watching. Yeah, so BIIB, we got SISN. Let's see how many of these are actually tradable for me specifically. SISN just recently popped up. I know BIIB, I'm sure, is. Yeah, BIIB is. CISN is. Stamps is. GNC is not, but not surprising. I guess it's a $3 stock. ETON is not. That's one of the big ones that's not tradable, unfortunately. BMY is. So most of these big movers are, though. KDMN. So a lot of these are. Most of these are. All right, so we also have, like I said, Snap. We got ETON, which is the one that I can't trade, unfortunately. But look at the liquidity prior till today. This is why I can't trade it, because the liquidity was dull and, you know, dead yesterday. But BMY looks interesting. I'll definitely watch BMY. AMD gapping up. I'm pretty sure the market is up, right? And I think AMD and some of these other stocks are just following the market. They look just like the market today. Gonna watch Tesla because I've been having good results with Tesla as well. Snap. Gonna look at Snap. MDR had a pretty rough day after the gap up yesterday. Failed. The gap failed yesterday, so gonna watch MDR as well. And yeah, that's basically what I'm watching today. Today, the name of the game is mid and high cap stocks. Most penny stocks are not moving. Do you enjoy taking bigger swings on trade when you feel more confident, or would you rather have a set dollar risk for each trade? I think the way I've been trading, my accuracy lately does not warrant a set risk on every trade. And like I said, this is me being brutally honest about my trading the last 2 weeks. The way my trading has been the last 2 weeks, I do not think the way I have traded has warranted me taking a consistent risk with each trade I take. I think that in a way, the last few weeks, in order for me to end green with my strategies, I've had to take larger swings to compensate for the lower accuracy that I've had. And again, like I said, this is me being brutally honest about myself the last 2 weeks. Now, I think before the last 2 weeks, my trading's fine. And I think that the bigger issue here with my trading is that I need to be able to accept losing days, losing weeks, and so forth and so on. And so I have to be able to accept losses, is because you're going to lose in trading. You know, you're never going to have all green weeks. You know, I don't care what people say. You're never always going to win. And so I think the bigger issue here is me refusing to accept a losing day and then taking big share size to compensate for that. And so maybe I'll have to start considering building some rules around that to counteract that, because again, I think what's happening is I'm taking some losses, and I have been for the last 2 weeks, and I've found a way to end green, but that involves taking more risk in the trades. And I think depending on which way you look at it, you know, is whether it's okay or not. But again, I think that lately the last 2 weeks have been just a slump, negative variance, whatever you want to call it in trading, the market just not being in my favor. And I think I've been taking some risks to counteract that. It's been working, you know, so I can't say it's totally a bad thing, but you know, that's where I'm at right now. We'll see what we get. Part of me trust me guys, I don't like to sit here and be like, yeah, this is my issue. This is what I have to work on with my trading. Of course, I don't like that. I'd like to sit here and think John, you're just a great trader and you can find a way to end green every single day and you're just going to keep ending green and you're just going to make all this money and you're going to live happily ever after. Of course, I want to believe that. But the objective side of me says, no, you're taking way too much risk in these trades in order to end green. And the reason you're taking more risks and you're taking bigger share sizes because you were red before that. And so you're kind of taking more risks in order to counteract you losing a little bit more often than you typically do. And so I just have to be real about myself with that. And, you know, like I said, I'll be real with you guys about it too, because again, I'm not an expert or a guru here, you know, not an expert or a guru, and I can afford to just be real with people about it. If I'm honest, I can afford to just tell people the truth about it, and that's where I'm at right now. That's my genuine thoughts on my trading the last few weeks. So we'll see how today goes. We'll see. Should be fun. Let's start looking up some news here, shall we? It is almost 10. It's almost 9 o'clock market time. So first one's first. BIIB, huge gap up here. We'll start to break down the news today. Let me see. I thought I posted my watch list, didn't I? I have to go back and find the watch list. Didn't I post a watch list here this morning? What happened? Yo, what's up, Todd? What's up, brother? Your watch looks similar to mine. I know I had BIIB, I had BMY. I think I had ETON, which isn't tradable for me. I had stamps.com, STMP. I don't know where my watch list went, so I guess I'll just make another one here. Again, if you guys want to follow along with me reading these news releases, this is how I'm moving forward. This is where I'm kind of going with this. I'll probably stop once I get to like AMD and Roku though, because I'm pretty sure those are just following the overall market. There it is. Appreciate it, Todd. See, I don't know why it won't show me. I'm in live chat. Oh well. I tried to post it twice. Appreciate it. Todd says, I agree. It takes a lot of self-introspection and honesty to move forward as a trader. I do the same. I wish I just felt great all the time and not anxious about my successes. Yeah, 100%, man. I wish, like I said, I wish I could sit here and be like, yeah, John, you're doing great. Because I really have ended green in gross profits at least every day, at least the last 7 trading days. But I think longer than that, actually. And so that's the crazy thing. And so it's like, again, I see my account still stagnant, which shows me like my account's not that much better than it was at the start of last week. You know, especially with the wins I'm making. You know, like I said, in gross profit, I'm probably up like $1,000 in the last week, right? And I'm still like what, $200, $300, which would then tell me that I am scalping large size and I'm taking too much risks, and then the commissions aren't counteracting it. I'm still net profit, but not much, you know. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and look up some news, team. Let's go ahead and start. Like I said, first one's first. We're going to look at BIIB. That's probably the biggest mover this morning that everybody is watching right now. All right, so this one is up after they posted Q3 adjusted profit and sales that beat expectations. They're also seeking the FDA okay for the Alzheimer's disease treatment, and shares are up because of that. So yeah, positive Q3 adjusted profit, better than expected sales results, and they're looking for the FDA approval for Alzheimer's disease treatment. Their Alzheimer's disease treatment. So that's what's going on with BIB. Some positive catalysts all around with this one with their third quarter results. And so we'll see what happens with it. We're going to keep an eye on this one for sure. Again, we have ETON here. ETON gapping up from 580s to 680s. This one is up. Let me take a look. That's weird. It's like some of these have them, but whatever. ETON is up after the FDA approved their Biorphin injection. So yeah, they are up after FDA approval, and that's generally a pretty good catalyst. It's pretty low volume though. The volume's not super solid or anything for this. And so we'll see what happens with it. I can't trade it, but maybe you guys will find this one interesting. ETON. Then we can move over to stamps.com, STMP. And this one is up after the company disclosed a new collaboration with the United States, or the United Parcel Service Incorporated. And their new collab is going to provide its customer base with specially discounted UPS shipping rates. Sorry. And so, yeah, they reached a collaboration with United Parcel Service, which is UPS. And the collaboration is to provide their customers with basically a discounted shipping rate for UPS. So we'll see what happens with STMP. Let me pull the chart up. So, yeah, collaboration with UPS for stamps.com. And here it is right here. And it's gapping up a solid amount from 76.13 to 90.50, so a pretty big amount. You know, BIIB, I think it was, 23.5% gap up. So a solid gap up. STMP, let's see if I can calculate this in my head. From 76.30s up to 90, so what? That is like $13.87. So $13.87 is, 20% gap up for this one. Not that bad. 20% gap up for STMP. Solid gap up, you know. So we'll see what happens with stamps.com. Stamps.com, I will say this, is still trying to charge me like $400 because, honestly, they kept charging me when I changed credit cards, and I assumed that my Stamps account just unsubscribed whenever I changed credit cards because I didn't need my Stamps account anymore. And they literally charged me for like 2 years, even though my card didn't work. And now they're saying I owe them like $300. It's like, that's just scammy. Like, that's ridiculous. If the card doesn't work, you should cancel the subscription. You can't just build that up and be like, yo, now you owe me $400. Like, get out of here, Stamps. Like, greedy people over there, man. But yeah, that's honestly, that's kind of what I have to deal with Stamps.com because I run Amazon businesses and stuff. But ridiculous. Anyways, moving on here. We got Mitch in here. Hold on. Every time I put Mitch up, it always throws him up on the big screen. All right. So moving on here. After Stamps.com, we can look at BMY here. BMY. What's up, bro? All right, guys. We got Mitch here. What's up, Mitch?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Talking bad about Stamps.com.
I'm sure you heard about the mystery drug already.
Which one?
The Alzheimer's drug?
Oh,
Biogen?
for BIIB.
Yeah, most people think it's an earnings play. It's not an earnings play. It's 100% on the drug.
FDA approval.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's a little bit of everything, I think.
Well, it's the drug, man. So this drug was actually taken off the shelf. People thought that it was that they weren't even working on it anymore. And out of nowhere, they just come out with reanalysis and they say, oh, well, we're just going to take it to the FDA to get approval. So, a stock that went crashing $80, it crashed $100 on the bad news, popped $80 on the good news last time. It's popping another $80 this time.
Yeah, man.
Let's see what happens.
I'm interested. It depends on the range, but I'm interested. I was kind of giving people a breakdown of my trading this morning, Mitch, and I've got a lot of things to consider with my trading, right? Like, this is like I said, I upload my trades to TraderView, but I genuinely think, like I said, as much as it hurts to say, and as much as I would like to be like, hey, my trading's just good now, I can end every day green, yada, yada, yada. As much as I want to say that, I know that's not really true, and I know that I've just been taking big size, big risks, and that eventually I'm going to take that one big loss that's going to cancel out all those wins. And so I have to be real about it and understand that, like, look, maybe the suggestion here is to, or maybe the solution here is just to trade more actively, because I've been trading not super active lately, and off stream I'm definitely more active. And again, I think if you look at it objectively, like I said, we don't sell a course here. We're not doing anything. I genuinely just have better results, and I feel more in the zone when I can just kind of sit here by myself and look at stocks and trade them how I want to trade them without hundreds of people watching. And I want to bring that to the stream, But that's going to take a process because, like I said, I don't sell a course or anything like that. I every time I upload my trades after the stream, I upload my trade log. I'll upload them to TraderView if you guys want. The entire few months, the last few months, I don't care. But again, I think that I have to be realistic about how my trading has been, and like I said, I want to sit there and be like, oh, my trading's just good. I can end every day green. But when I look at what my net profit is after all of that, there's a hole in my game there, and I have to be introspective enough to acknowledge and be realistic about what that hole is in my game. What's up, Billy? What's up, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's always going to be kind of it's like getting a recipe right.
Yeah.
There's not one answer, I think. It's takes trial and error until you get to the perfect recipe.
Yep.
Um, you know, uh, Usually it's a couple of things together that are causing kind of not the consistency that you need.
Right.
And I think what you just got to go back to is always when we don't do good at, let's say, all our results are not matching what we need. We need to just try to stick to the strategy and stick to the plan. And
Yep.
the plan doesn't say that uh, we should kind of reject certain signals for other signals. What it really just says is that this is entry, this is exit. And I think that's what we need to just get back to. That's the best way to approach it. Have that risk and reward already predetermined. And I think, that's the hardest thing to stay on when you do big size trades.
Yeah.
It's you want to run to the green. And I think everyone wants to run to the green. I have no problem with that idea. But the only problem with that is that in the long run, you're going to run into situations where it doesn't go right for you. And then when it doesn't go right for you, if we're not taking the right measured approach, then the hurt is a lot bigger than what we need it to be so that we can continue growing the account. So I
Yeah,
think
for
at the end
sure.
of the day, it's just a matter of trying to get back to sticking to your reward side. And if you do that, then it doesn't matter how big you go. But if we're gonna run really quickly towards rewards, then that becomes a dangerous game, and that's
Right. I
all it
mean,
is.
I think I also have to be honest though. Like I've been doing better scalping. Scalping has done much better, and I think a lot of the time when I'm holding, a lot of times if you even watch my trades on stream, I'll be green originally, and then I'll end red. And so that I think scalping it with the way I've been trading is okay. And I think that's really what's been working with my trading over the other way I've been trading. I think, and so I think I have to be real about that too. Is that scalping's been working for me? That's what's working more than the way I've been trading on stream. And so that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I have to
Uh,
question and
I
maybe.
mean, it's working winning percentage wise, but is it getting you the gains that you need?
Well, it's what's going on is, I mean, I'm definitely up in net profit the last few weeks. I think that what's happening is that I'm not scalping at the open, and I'm more so taking a bunch of trades, holding it to my reward target. And I talked about it this morning. Is that my accuracy's been very low first hour of the day, which is, like I said, which is not the scalping trades, which is the other trades I'm taking. And so I'm building up commissions with that. And then by the time I'm trading off stream and I just decide to scalp with big size, my accuracy is spot on. And I'm still ending green a lot of those days, but because I traded a bunch before the stream was over and then I'm trading after the stream's over, my commissions are just taking up a huge percentage of my overall profit. And so I think, like I said, I think that I can't be like a hybrid like I am now, where I'm scalping sometimes, and then on stream I'm not, and I'm just taking some losses. I think more so I just have to, and I know you're against scalping, Mitch, but like I said, everybody's different in the market, brother. But I think that I have to, at a certain point, I have to just stick with one of them and give it the shot. And I think maybe what my results are telling me is that I should just try to scalp with bigger sizing, and we'll see. Like I said, you always have to find your own as a trader. Everybody's a little bit different. Everybody trades a little bit differently, and you always got to kind of find your own personality that, or you have to find the trading style that fits your personality. And maybe scalping's that for me. At the same time, though, I was very successful prior to the last 2 weeks. I was very successful prior to that. And I think maybe I'm just hitting some negative variance and I just don't, and I'm unwilling to accept a loss. And so I'm taking more risks than I necessarily should. And I think I have to be objective about that too. Uh,
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, you always have to remember market environment has much more to do with it than what we think it does.
mm-hmm,
Um,
for sure.
sometimes it could just be the market environment that's affecting the strategy at the moment, and that's why you're getting that negative variance. But at the end of the day, it always goes back to sticking to the system that you want to stay on. So
Yeah,
if
for sure.
if you want to stay to the system that is going to be more of a scalping system, then that's fine.
Right.
Let's scalp and let's keep scalping and let's have that mentality from the beginning and just continue throughout the day with that mentality.
Right, and one of the ways it's very interesting how I've been scalping off stream. Like I talked about it today, or I talked about it this weekend in a video I put out. I've been using the previous day's close, but I've also been using VWAP fades. Like I've been using VWAP fades and bounces. I haven't been following them all the way down to the reward target. I've just been jumping in with big size, jumping out, because you know how a lot of times the VWAP fades and bounces will be immediately green. A lot of times, like you'll be immediately green. That's what I'm actually taking advantage of when with some of these scalps. I've just been jumping in big size, taking that immediate green, taking profits, maybe holding a small share size after that to let it work in case it does follow through all the way. But I've been getting in and out of the majority of my position very, very quickly. And like I said, it's been working really, really well. And so I think everybody has to find their own journey as a trader. And I just have to kind of gravitate towards what works for me and, learn
Yeah.
along the way. And I think maybe that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, just remember that you want to always at least get a 1-to-1.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the one thing that you just want to make sure of. So I think
Right.
what you need to remember when you take any kind of scalping strategy, because that's how we have to look at it. We have to look at it objectively. It's not necessarily about John taking a scalping strategy, but anyone out there.
Right.
So when you take a scalping strategy, one of the major important parts of a scalping strategy is understanding the trade before you get in it and then sticking to that trade. I think that's the hardest part of a scalper is that sometimes you say, all right, I'm going to scalp it here through the whole dollar point, but then they don't really understand the downside risk. And the downside risk sometimes can be bigger than the pop itself. And then so if you're getting in at certain areas, it can become a negative thing, the scalp.
Right.
But if you're doing it in the right way, scalping is not bad.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not a bad strategy. The
I
the
mean, look
key
at
here,
Ross. Look at Ross.
the key here is that you have to have, I'm gonna say, near 70 to 80% win percentage for you to actually be profitable in the long run.
Let me look back at
Because
my stats.
what's end up happening, it's okay to scalp, but you have to be very high accurate
Right.
because even at 50%, you're gonna start losing because commissions will come in and take that other side. So it's 100% a good strategy approach, but you have to stick to your reward. You have to stick to your risk, and then you have to at least go for a 1-to-1 trade to make it make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And then if
One,
you
two,
do that
three,
and you take profit every single time it goes to 1-to-1, that's not a bad move.
4. Yeah, right now, so I've had 6 scalps since the 11th. I've had 6 scalps after stream. One of them was a loss, and that was yesterday on CGC. It was a $106 loss. I'm kind of looking at the stats, and so that's 1 and 6 is a loss.
All
Um,
right. Let's
that's
let's
pretty
keep
good.
it going. Let's keep it going to 20. 20 I think is where a sample size starts getting at least
Right,
um to where you could say, okay, this is a winning strategy. Let's stick to this. So
right.
just keep trading it.
So I think that's what, like it's over 80%. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah, for
it,
right now, yeah, you're
like
over
it's like
80%.
five and 6 is 83.3%. So yeah, the accuracy reflects it. The biggest fear I worry about when I'm scalping though is I know I have a lot of wins and I'm pretty accurate, but my fear is that one big loss is gonna just crush all the wins I've made, and so I got to be
Yep.
real about that too.
No,
That should be everybody's
it's
fear when
there.
they're scalping.
It's
Yeah, that should be everybody's fear. My
Yeah.
bad.
So the key is like I said, always just look at it and understand this one question to yourself. I think when you're scalping, you gotta ask yourself, what's the ultimate risk? And I use that word ultimate because that usually helps me understand the really negative opposite side of my trade. I think that's the only thing you got to understand. If you can understand what can happen against you, then you usually can calculate risk. And then once you calculate risk, you can calculate the right reward for that risk, and then you can make the trade viable.
And here's the thing, though, it kind of makes sense too, because do you remember when I scaled up to? Do you guys remember when I scaled up to 1,000 shares per week? Right, when I made a big deal about it, I was like, I'm going for it with big size. I moved up to like 1,000 shares per week. I was 4 for 5 that week, and I had one of the best weeks I've ever had trading. And thinking back, the reason for that was probably because I was scalping. At first, when I moved up to 1,000 shares per trade, I was getting in and out very, very quickly because I was nervous because I had never used that big size before. And so I would jump in with 1,000 shares, my heart would be pounding, and I would get in and out very, very quickly. And most of my trades were profitable in that week, and I think that makes more sense now, actually, for that. But anyways, let me move on. I know I've been rambling about this. Let's talk about the news. So the next one I'm looking up is BMY. BMY gapping up from 53.20s all the way to 55.70s. This one is up after positive results in a lung cancer trial. So this one's up after the company reported positive results in a trial of the treatment for lung cancer. Princeton, New Jersey-based Bristol Myers said that the phase 3 trial evaluating the Eptivo plus low-dose Yervoy combined with chemotherapy met its primary endpoint of superior overall survival compared with chemo alone. End quote. And that is from Dow Jones Newswires. And so positive phase 3 trial results for BMY here. And this one's interesting. A solid gap up. Adam, the watch list should be above you, brother. Yeah, let me find it. We can move on to Snap. If you look at Snap, Snap's looking pretty solid here. SNAP. Big gap up here. Let's find the news for this one. Snap put out earnings forecast that said the social media platform operator is expected to post a quarterly loss of $266 million or 19 cents a share, according to analysts polled by FactSet. That compares with a loss of $325 million or 25 cents a share a year ago. So, improved losses for Snapchat. Revenue is about to record $435 million in the third quarter, up about 46% from the previous year for Snapchat. And so I guess that's what's out for Snapchat is potential earnings and revenue release, sales release. So we'll see what happens with that one as well. Disney, a few people talking about DIS here. Disney ripping up here. Look at Disney, guys, in pre-market. Wow. Up from 130.26 to 133.80. And so it's up $3. Or it's up, what is that? $2 and like 40 cents or something like that. But yeah, Disney up big. Let's look at the catalyst for that one because that's a big move for Disney here. Yeah, we had a few people talking about it. So Verizon is going to begin offering 12 months of Disney Plus to all new and existing 4G LTE and 5G unlimited wireless customers. They will also offer 12 months of Disney Plus to its new Fios home internet and 5G home internet customers. And so, yeah, Verizon's going to begin packaging the Disney Plus streaming service into their phones and internet service. And so that's good news for Disney. Honestly, I might have to look into Disney Plus. My kids might actually like it. They're always fighting over Netflix. They're always trying to watch stuff. They're out of movies to watch. They can never make up their minds about movies to watch. Anybody know how much Disney Plus is? I might buy it for them.
It's like $8.
If I could do that, I might have to buy my son a new TV though. My son's the TV in my son's room is like old school. He better appreciate it though. I didn't even have a TV in my room until I was like 12 or 13.
Nah, get him one of those old school ones with the VCR in it, like I had.
Well, that's kind of that's what we had, except there was a DVD player in it instead of a VCR. Those old huge boxed cube ones. Yeah, we had one. I know
that's what I had.
Well, no, that's what we had in his room, except it was a DVD player. And then we had to put a regular DVD player in. But the point is that it doesn't connect to Wi-Fi. It's old school. My daughter used to have a huge one. There's a funny story, and it'll be story time today. That just gave me a story idea for something happened with a TV with my daughter when she was younger. So I know my story time for today now. You know. Yeah, I probably got some extra monitors, honestly, Todd. I probably got a few extra ones, bro. You know, with all the monitors I have hanging out here. All right, team. So what's everybody's main watch today? Should be a fun day. Let's do this. Let's do this, team. All right, so we'll see what we get, guys. Like I said, we'll see. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm gonna have the guts to do it today. We'll see. Again, it's very weird. Like I think that what's really going on is that my trading is kind of changing a little bit, and I think I have to be real about it because again, I think what I'm doing is I'm waiting for stocks to pick a direction a little bit more in the day. So I'm waiting a little bit later on, and so maybe I'm not going to attack the open this morning. Maybe I'm going to instead wait and try to be patient and just not trade at all. At the same time, though, I've been trading the open for so long that that's going to be very difficult for me to do. I understand myself. I know if I see a VWAP fade, I'm going to want to take it. But with the rate that VWAP fades have been getting faked out the last 2 weeks, it might not be the best thing. I don't know. We'll see. If I do, maybe I should trade like really small, like 50 shares. But again, I don't know. We'll see. Good morning, traders, and good trading to all. Biogen. What's Biogen? Oh, you must be BIIB, right? Yeah, BIAB ripping here. Huge move. Definitely going to keep an eye on this. Let's see if we got anything else that's moving. Like I said, I'm also going to be watching, if we look at the SPY, I guess I'll go ahead and look at the overall market news today because the SPY is just ripping up here. Just huge move. Let's see. See if I can find what's going on with the market. All right, so the news that I have this morning for the overall market, and this is from MT Newswires, it says, quote, U.S. stocks were set for a narrowly mixed open Tuesday as traders digested a raft of corporate earnings and some positive developments surrounding the U.S.-China trade dispute. Dow futures were down 0.07%, S&P futures were up 0.1%, NASDAQ futures increased 0.3%. On Monday, U.S. President Donald Trump said that a deal with China was, quote, coming along very well, end quote, while China's foreign ministry echoed the same sentiment. Oil prices rose with global benchmark Brent crude up 0.7% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate up 0.6% recently. After positive signals on the trade war front boosted demand outlook for the commodity. End quote. And again, that is from the sources MT Newswires. What I'm looking at for the overall SPY is a bullish day above 300 already. And I think this whole dollar of 300 mixed was right around where the previous day's closing price is going to be a massive support level for the overall market. And if it actually breaks that, in my opinion, it's going to look very weak. With that said, we're going to watch this $300 level. Maybe the previous day's close around 305 looks like where it closed. Let me see. Yeah, opened. Yeah, 305 is right where the previous day's close is, right here for the overall market. And so again, that's the big support and resistance level that I'm really watching, as well as the whole dollar of 300. Obviously, I think those two levels make a lot of sense. And again, if the SPY breaks below that, in my opinion, it's going to look very, very weak. And so we'll see if it holds above that, and starts running. Could be bullish. Maybe going to look for some VWAP bounces. That's what I'm looking at for the overall market here. We got CDNS that I didn't really talk about this morning, and PG as well. I missed P&G, so I might watch P&G as well. Another thing that I have to consider here with the bigger sizing that I'm taking, team, and this is something else that I have to be real about, guys, is that maybe it would be better for me to trade more expensive stocks because I would ultimately be paying less in commissions. And so, think about it. So instead of having to buy the huge share size that I have been, maybe I should look for larger ranges, and that way I'm not going to have to pay as much in commissions. And so maybe that's an aspect of my trading where I could kind of fix one of the holes in my game. If I could just trade bigger range stocks, and that way I would be ultimately paying less in commissions. Now, I'm definitely not as comfortable doing that because I'm just used to trading a certain way with certain stocks. But again, that is something that I may have to consider moving forward is trading, attacking a little bit larger range, so commissions don't necessarily pay as much of a factor. Because if I could buy 100 shares, my commission is going to be $5 for that trade. And so if I could find a big stock where I can make a solid amount of money with 100 shares, then that makes sense too. And again, I'm going to be paying less commissions and being able to keep more of my gross profits as net. And so that's something I do have to watch, and that's something I will be considering as well. I have hardly ever traded the open and usually wait 15 to 20 minutes into the day and look at the candles. Yeah, 100%. And usually my rule was that I don't trade the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes is a coin flip, in my opinion. And I know a lot of traders want to attack that, but I think the first 5 minutes is a coin flip. I think that a lot of times in the first 5 minutes, you'll see a stock move all the way up and look really strong and then just reverse and rip down. And I think because of that, analyzing and predicting a trend in those stocks is very difficult in the first 5 minutes. I know that's when it's the most volatile, and you can make big wins in the first 5 minutes, but you can also take massive losses too. And I think that's definitely a higher variance way to trade the first 5 minutes specifically. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm watching. You also get better fills with bigger stocks. Bank of America traded off the view up nicely yesterday. Or is BA Boeing? Not Bank of America. Bank of America is BAC. BA is Boeing, right? I think I'm right. Yeah. BA is Boeing. Maybe I'll watch Boeing. I'm not necessarily opposed to that either. We'll see. Yeah, David, that's kind of what I've been talking about, man.
All right, traders. All
Yeah.
right, we're almost getting to the bell here, guys. 9:26 here. 9:26. We got about almost 200 people watching right now, guys. If you guys could do us a favor, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Smash that like button. This definitely helps support the channel as we do everything for free. And gonna go ahead and continue doing it for free, live here, trading absolutely live for you, showing order forms and all that we do.
Yeah, I'm messing with you on Discord. All right, guys. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. Click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday morning. Like I said, if you want to watch us day trade, break down what it's actually like for us day trading the market, hit the subscribe button. We do this live for free every single weekday morning. And yeah, we don't sell a course. We just let you guys watch us trade for free. And if you appreciate that, hit the subscribe button. Come join us again. We'll do this for free every weekday morning on YouTube. Day trading the open, breaking down the strategies, and really day trading for the first few hours of the day. And so, like I said, you want to watch that? Show your support. I know we got a few new subs today. Manfred, what's up? Elizabeth, Jason, what's up, team? Welcome to the team. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Click the bell, turn on notifications. We do this every day, team. Let's go. All right, guys. We got about 2 minutes into the bell. Yeah. See ya, Mark. Hey, bro. Hey, Merc. Tell me how that $7,000 trading course goes for you, brother. I have a discount on it, Mateo. If you want it, I'll post that link. Hey, appreciate the subs. Welcome to the team. Appreciate it, Luke. Thanks, brother. Welcome to the team, man. Yeah, I got you, Mateo. Hold on. Let me post it. Yeah, I think right now, my discount is like, you get it for $3.99, Mateo, I think. There you go. All right, guys, let's do it. We got, how long? We got like less than 2 minutes, right? We got 1 minute and 15 seconds, guys. Let's do it. But yeah, my new strategy, guys, is just going to be ignore the haters, you know? I'm just going to ban them and move on. But yeah. BMY dropping. We got AMD that's actually dropping some at the open. Here's the link, Mateo, if you want to check it out. But AMD down to 3209. Let me look at where the previous day's close is for this. 3205. So that's right here. So I might watch that with AMD. Might be interesting here. Again, I've been kind of scalping off of that level. I don't really have a play on Bank of America, to be honest, brother. All right, here's the bell in 30 seconds. Like I said, somebody else mentioned BA. I kind of glanced at it, but with BA, it looks up. I'm just going to watch and wait. I prefer to more so react to what I see stocks do at the open instead of predict. I think predicting what they're going to do is kind of tough. And I think most people, while you might get it right sometimes, I think it's just a high variance. I'd more so rather just react to what stocks actually do, and I think that's a little bit easier to do, and the higher percentage play overall. All right, here we go, guys. The bell is ringing in 2 seconds. Let's go. Good luck, team. Good luck. Um, 308. We got AMD bouncing exactly off of that level. Remember, guys, I drew this previous day's closing price, and look where it goes. Right off the previous day's close. We'll see. I think that's a big level for it, so we'll watch it. But again, I'm going to move on. I'm going to look at BIIB here, see what we get. As Stamps.com, STMP is just ripping up here, Stamps.com. Stamps.com just completely turned around. Because everybody, we're on a very small delay because everybody that streams trade ideas has to be on a delay. And if they're not, they're breaking the trade ideas rules. So we're on like our delay is like it's not very long. But yeah, any trade idea stream is going to have a delay on theirs. At least they should. If they're not, like I said, they're breaking rules. Stamps is down. STMP is down 1480s. Down to 1486. AMD just ripped once it broke under that previous day's close. I might start to consider that depending on what we get here. BIIB is ripping up here. It's up to 315s. The SPY is up slightly. SPY is up slightly. I might watch AMD here because there's a lot of weakness. Where'd Mitch go?
Yo, my bad. I'm here. I had myself muted. Just watching MIK drop there about 10 cents from the open. Not too much, but it does have high resistance above it at $10.
Mitch and I are being super sarcastic in chat. I'm serious, Mitch. Don't do it.
Oh, I won't.
You get insta-banned.
Put it this way. I wouldn't even dare.
Right. Yeah, man.
I just can't believe it myself.
Yeah. Did he use that word?
Dude, on his Twitter account.
Oh no.
Oh no, is the same exact. That's the same response I had.
What is he doing, man? What is he doing?
I don't know, man. He's just trying to upset people or something.
Right. He's just trolling people, man. I don't even understand it. Like I said, I'm not either side. Like I said, guys, I'm not either side, but it's kind of ridiculous.
Hey,
you know?
Commander and tweet. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I starting to get frustrated because it's like I trade stocks and it's like there's so much
volatility because of it.
Unnecessary one too. Unnecessary volatility.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know what's coming, man. You don't know what's coming.
Oh, you don't.
AMD. Look at AMD. Big drop. Look at this. Huge drop. Broke under the previous day's close. If it moves up, I might be able to use the previous day's close as my risk level at 32.05. From here, it would be about an 8-cent risk. Or no, a 12-cent risk. 13-cent risk. So we'll consider that. But AMD just looking super weak. Bank of America ripped up huge here at the open.
I was looking at one AMTD Ameritrade was really up for the day. Dropped pretty big at the open. Down there through the whole $1.38. Bouncing up here uh, near my 9 EMA and near the VWAP. Looks interesting, but I'm not taking no fades today, so but
I
it
mean,
definitely looks interesting.
it depends on what the SPY does. I mean, the SPY's above the VWAP for me. Like maybe I was looking at AMD. Like AMD didn't look that bad just because it looks super weak. But
Ooh.
look at this. These levels that I'm drawing, it's actually following it very well. Um,
Yeah, I like the flip down I just got there in ETFC. So that supports kind of that AMD kind of fade.
yeah.
Um, but ETFC really flipped down there, guys. It went up to 41.20s, like broke out 20 cents, and then out of nowhere, 50 cents down.
Hmm.
That's a pretty significant move, more than double the move at the open, just straight down to the support. So keep an eye on that one, guys. I'm gonna see if it's gonna get some volume here at 40.70s. Same thing. I'm looking at AMTD here at 38.50s. That'd be kind of where it should hold up and not get above.
Yeah. I'm looking at AMD to short it at 88 with a risk of 95 or so. I could use the original risk I gave myself, but again, I think that would basically ruin my good risk reward. I'm also looking at CGC because if I could take a VWAP bounce at 2034, I can use the previous day's close at 2030 as my risk. So I am going to look at that for CGC for a VWAP bounce specifically. Let me see if I can pull this up.
There you go.
Let me find the previous day's close. Just the volume.
There you go, guys. ETFC breaking through that low now, going through the 40.70s, now down to 40.68. I think one of the things that we need to pay attention to is the SPY is at the top of the range, guys. Top of the range, creating resistance. It can either break out from here or pull back down towards the 300.
TROV is up big. We can take a look at it, but I can't trade it. Yeah, look at if you like penny stocks, TROV is ripping up here. TROV up to 170s.
M
Huge move.
MU, nice move. MU, nice move.
And yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button. We do this live for free every day. Oh, there was the entry for CGC. The only problem with CGC is volume right now, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Um,
CGC, it has a long-term pattern downtrending for about 4 or 5 days. It's a flag pattern that broke out towards 2151, has a support at 20, and right
yeah.
below it at 1970s. Consistently, it holds 20. So I was looking at it today to see if it could break that 2050. It went right up to it and pulled right back to it. So I would like to see it recollect volume here, break out to 2050s.
Yeah, BIIB reversed and it's back down there. We'll watch it. Huge range though, just a ridiculous range on that one. 100 shares could make me broke. Appreciate the sub, DF. Welcome to the team, man. Appreciate it, brother. Uh, yeah, guys, remember to hit that subscribe button. We do this live every day. I'm also looking at Tesla. Tesla, TSLA. We get a move up to the VWAP. I might consider it. And this is one of the ones where I don't mind taking, small size because it's got a huge range. We get up to 85. I'll take a little bit of AMD, but the VWAP's dropped so much since the open.
All right, guys. About 70% of my watch list is red, 30% green.
SPY bouncing back to the VWAP some. Trade for a fade, Jordan.
Yeah, I would have taken it. At least I can tell you that much. I would have taken it.
Hey,
So,
appreciate the sub, Tom. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. All right, there's
hey, Tiny.
stamps.com. There's stamps.com.
Hope you're
What's up,
enjoying
Tiny?
work out there, Tiny. Shout out to you.
Yeah, she said she was gonna make it today. I think, right? You
Yeah,
here,
she's
Tiny? Oh, there you
unfortunately
go.
stuck at work, but
Oh, oh well. At least you can listen. You know.
yeah, at least you're able to listen and enjoy.
Yep.
We'll let you know if anything cool happens.
Yeah. All right. So Snap, big drop. It's not a big drop. I'm still waiting on AMD, but again, AMD's dropped so much since the bell that
You know which
the
one had
VWAP.
a big drop that I kind of interested in here? It's UPS.
Yeah, it had a partnership
UPS.
with somebody.
Ooh, look at MIK too. Remember I talked about this one. Had big resistance above. It just dropped down about 20, 30 cents from a $9 stock. That's pretty good drop.
I don't mind UPS really there. It's got a
Yeah,
big
UPS
range
is
though.
interesting. What I like is just the resistance there at 114, where it broke down
Right,
the
exactly.
support at
You want
the
to see
open.
some? Watch where I drew my line, man. Look at this. Like for a fade, look at that. Exactly at 114 or close to it. But that's exactly where I drew my line too, because if you get in for a fade at 113.50, you could use that level as your risk. Your risk is like 40 cents for a huge range stock, and that's interesting, you know. But yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at too. Is this 114 level? Um, because if you look at pre-market, a lot of support there. We'll see how it battles the VWAP here. Stamps.com. If the range wasn't so huge and the spread wasn't ridiculous, then I might consider it. Plus, like, the only issue is that UPS is already down a ton, man.
Yeah, the real key is you have to be really tight with the 114.
Yep.
So it's either gonna just recollect volume there and just get smashed again, like it got at the open, because out the open it shot from 116 to 114 really quickly, and then
Right.
it stuttered there at 114 for about 5, 10 seconds, and then it broke through that.
Right.
I think that's just the point you have to hold to. It's either going to just do one of those moves where it continues on with the trend and uses the prior support as resistance, or it's going to flip. And so that's one of those trades that you have to just be exact with it. It's either going to go your way or it isn't.
Right. Yeah, for
And
sure.
so one of the key things in those kinds of trades is just sticking to the risk, understanding where your risk is. You can take that trade off of your risk and then
All
just
day.
respect it. And just
Yep.
respect it. If it pops above it, just get out. Sometimes it even pops above it a couple cents. Just
Right.
get out. This is a big stock. You respect the levels and you see it get above your levels. You just get out. But if it
Yep.
goes in your direction, then you have a chance to make that good time gain. On
Right,
here,
for sure.
you could have risked, I would think, 30 cents, probably up there to 114.30s. And from there, you could have been looking for a 60-cent drop. There's already 60 cents there.
Hey, appreciate
So
it,
that's
Nelson.
one of the good things when you go to bigger stocks. If you keep yourself to a good risk to reward, usually the reward is a lot bigger. And so that helps out with the mathematical advantages in the long run.
Yep. I just took a little bit of UPS, not much. We'll see. I haven't. I know my risk is like almost $1, and so I just took 20 shares because that way I'm not gonna lose that much from it. I also got an AMD with 100 shares, but it's squeezing up and looking a little bit worse for me here. I'll give it a chance, but very small positions with both of these. Because again, I've been having the best results later on in the morning, and so with that, I don't think taking huge sizing at the open is going to be useful.
There you go. Just take it easy. You got
Yep.
this.
Yep. All right, AMD squeezed out, broke my risk. I just got to get out. My risk was 90, so I'm out of that one. $8 loss, very small. Still holding UPS here with the tiny position. And again, I'm just trying to kill time with these little baby trades until the open. That's all I'm really doing, or until I get something that looks good.
Yeah, just remember what you want to do here is essentially just create commissions for you. Try to get a nice 50, $60, and then that'll help you ease into whatever kind of sizing you want to get into.
Right.
Pay that commissions on those trades.
Right, for sure.
And then so right here is just you're just trying to get snippets.
Yep.
Little snippets that will make you some commissions and some cushion on the day so that you could take your shot a little later.
Yep. I mean, we got a nice little drop here. I'm up like $10 in the trade, but I lost $8 first, so
Yeah, that's the
not
mentality.
bad.
$8 is nothing. Just move
Yep.
forward and try to get that nice little 40, $60 gain. And then from there, you can go ahead and move up to risking $100
Yep.
or risking even $200. But the key here is you want to build up your cushion. This is not your power hour, as I would say. And
Right.
so if this is not your power hour, you step down in sizing, you try to make good solid trades to put yourself in position
Yep.
for that big boy trade.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to do.
That's it, man.
All
Just
right,
take it
we're
easy.
down
Keep
under
finding the trade.
40s.
Yeah, that UPS
Yeah, man, it
right
broke
off the
down really nicely.
resistance.
It broke down really nice. I'm
I
still
think
holding it. I'm gonna get out
what you
here.
what what you can
So
like about UPS is the classic thing that we talk about when we want to attack a fade or on a stock is that big time breakdown through big time support. So
right,
114 was huge out the open. We all were watching that level. It was pre-market, given in pre-market, obviously that was the low right there at 114,
right here.
and it immediately went through it with big price action,
It didn't even stop.
big volume.
Yeah, look at that. It didn't even stop at that level. Like a lot of times, very often you'll see the stock like stop there. It'll stop there
Yeah.
and then it'll battle it, it'll test it, and then it'll break under. This one didn't even stop. It just kind of snapped through it and continued, which shows a ton of weakness. Another thing that I did with this one is that I just added on the bounce. I added on the bounce, and this is something that I've been doing more and often. So
Shoo.
you had this big move testing the VWAP. Once it got rejected here, I actually added on this bounce right here, which is what I call a fake out fade. So I added there. That's where I jumped in, and that still works very well. And so maybe I need to look for more fake out fades in the market instead of just regular VWAP fades. I think fake out fades have been working really well. Um, but yeah, again, I mean, I'm up $10, just a small win. I'm just kind of hanging out and trying to wait until I have a little bit better results later on.
All right, guys. CGC just took a downside turn. I'm going to see if it's going to go ahead and collect here near the 2026 big volume. If they're going to push it down towards 20, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, guys. Hey, remember, team, hit the subscribe button as well. We do this live for free every day, and like I said, we're probably the only people that are going to tell you, like, look, we're not experts here. We're not gurus. We are traders that are just trying to grow and evolve as traders as well. And so if you appreciate that, hit the subscribe button, click the bell. We do this for free every day, guys. So remember to hit the subscribe button, show your support. I know we've gotten a bunch of new subscribers today. Nelson, Tom, appreciate that, guys. Welcome to the team. UPS is bouncing back to the VWAP. I think that I've been getting stubborn with some stocks lately, and I've been adding back when I shouldn't. And so I think I'm going to leave it alone here.
Yeah, I'd recommend the same. It's one of those moves that is an immediate move.
Yep.
You should take some cash, look for the rest to keep running. But if it doesn't keep running, it's not one of those stocks you want to fight because it has such a gap down.
Right.
Gap down is pressure on the wrong side, guys. So one of the things we want to do is we're okay with following trend, but once the trend changes, you need to get out.
Yep. VKTX popping up on my list here. It's boring.
Because one of the things is with UPS, mainly right now you have shorters in the game. Once the longs step in here, you don't want to fight them.
Right.
And so one of the things is always remembering that there's two sides of every trade, the psychology of both sides, the shorters and the long. If you can kind of think about that, you can set yourself up for better trades in the long run and understanding where the longs should get in and where shorters got in.
Yep. Hey, appreciate the sub, Dion. Welcome to the team, bro. Welcome, man. May I ask you what your commission is on $10? My commission on that trade's probably like $3, $4, and so I probably netted around $7 from that trade. You also have to remember I was down on AMD before that, so like I'm probably roughly break even on the day. Again, I'm just trading small here, guys. I'm gonna take some much larger swings, but the point behind all of it is that it was still net profit. Even with $10, my commission's still net profit, and that's one of the benefits of using TAFs and TradeNet is that people hate on them and they say they should offer free commissions, but none of the other no PDT platforms offer free commissions, and I think they're objectively the cheaper ones. Like I said, I could take 20 shares. 100 shares, 200 shares, and pay like $3-4 for commissions, and so just very cheap relative to what the other no PDT brokers offer.
I'm not gonna lie, almost wanted to get in there on the stock that I called for a long-term short, Shack.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. I'm just trying to shake that thing down to 75. That's my call out there. It's definitely going down today. A little bit weak. Has a good resistance above it, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just watching this one on the side. This is my long-term call out, so just keep an eye on it for the long term.
Yep. BMY had a really nice VWAP bounce there too. Kind of bummed out I didn't take that one. I'm also looking at Netflix. Netflix has built up a lot of support at 270, so I'm kind of
All right,
watching Netflix
guys.
there.
Big flip down there for me in the tech sec. I got a flip down there in AMD, resistance at 32. I got a flip down there in MU, resistance up there at 4560s and 4570s. It's going to be interesting here as they're getting to the support if we're going to get an increased amount of volume or a lower amount of volume. I think that's what you got to pay attention for, the breakdowns of their support, or if they're going to come bouncing back here. Square just broke down. Square usually moves pretty good with the overall market. I'm seeing that breakdown there. Overall market's still holding up, guys, but pretty much holding in a range.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was saying. Not really, Jordan. For some reason, like I said, I kind of went over this morning, but my trading has actually been better later on, and I don't know why. I think I've been scalping a little bit more with bigger size, but I will say that I think on average most traders are going to have worse results later on in the morning, and because again, like you said, volume's typically going to get worse. Look at the S. Ooh, look at that fade on SQ. That was pretty.
I think one of the things that help you, and that what most traders probably won't understand, is that trading in the afternoon doesn't affect you as much because you're trading CFDs.
Right.
And so that's actually a positive because we're not putting volume and liquidity out in the market. So we're not causing price change.
Right.
And so with that, you can be smart about that. Um, you got to be smart about that because you can use it to your advantage. Normally, if you get in a stock that's been trading less than 1 million shares and you throw 1,000 shares at it, it affects the price, guys.
Right.
But in this case, since your order is not going through the exchange, it's not going to affect the price of that certain stock the same way.
Right. Oh man.
So use your advantages, guys. That's what I always talk about. Brokers have advantages and disadvantages.
Oh, they all do.
Use the advantages in your strength, in your strategy, and it'll help you out.
Yeah, every platform and broker has their pros and cons for sure. I'm looking at UPS a little bit more now. It looks like a following fade or a second fade here. We could use that label as risk at like 113s. DGAS, looking at DGAZ. What is that? The natural gas stock. SPY is sideways again, team. So,
Oh,
but a
good
lot of
lord!
stocks are picking directions.
I really like this ETFC on the long term daily chart. thing the thing looks like a deadly cross there. So we'll see what happens to it today. It's already down big, but holding down, not bouncing here.
All right, I'm gonna jump in with another 30 shares of UPS. Maybe I'm getting stubborn with it, but it's just so small that I don't think it matters that much. Just gonna maintain the same risk I had before, and see if we get that break. But again, this one starts to break 70. I just gotta jump out. BMY ripping up pretty strong there for BMY. Very strong move. INFY starting to test lows here, but BMY specifically, that one just ripped. Look at it. BMY breaking highs here, and very strong stock on the day as well. A lot of support underneath it. Yeah, maybe I'm getting stubborn with this UPS. I see this trend line here, but we'll see. I mean, it's such a small size that it doesn't really matter too much, but I do have to watch out with the commissions that are burning with this small size. Part of me is like, like I said, if I stare at charts at the open, I'm gonna trade, and so I think I just gotta trade small and wait. Netflix might pull back to the VWAP. That one looks more and more interesting here as well. Maybe gonna consider that if it pulls back to 271 with a risk of 272.50, so about $1 risk. Yeah, there's the breakout for this one. See if it gets rejected here. This is kind of the last little level here. SPY's also ripping up. There we go. Well, we got some rejection there. Let's see if it comes back below the VWAP though. That's the big thing. SPY got rejected a little bit too. Looks like it's following the SPY closely here. UPS got flushed at the $0.50 really nicely down here. Right here. Right around here at the $0.50 at 113.50. There we go. There's our threes. Let's see if we can break down on the whole dollar here. I'm just gonna treat this one as a scalp again though. I'm gonna battle this a little bit. Might bounce directly up here too, but for now it's okay. Oof, SPY reversed.
Yeah, just be careful. SPY is just playing games right now, guys. Hasn't decided to.
Yeah.
There's two candles on the 15-minute chart that are almost the exact height and low.
It's
So
just
that
sideways.
just shows you, yeah, that just shows you it hasn't determined a direction yet. You're gonna get what I feel is, one of the key things I think is when we have such a small range in the SPY, you have to also adjust that to your kind of view and your trade. You can't be looking for huge time trades if the overall market isn't trending.
Giving it to you. Yeah, for sure. And you can't like that's what you have to understand. Like the SPY, especially the last few days, has been very sideways. At least at the open. Like if you look at the SPY at the open the last few days, it's been pretty sideways for the most most of
And
the
so with that, I think if you attack micro moves versus a macro move, you'll have a higher percentage chance of winning.
Which is what I've been doing really, is scalping. Scalping's been doing me well because again the market's been sideways and choppy, and I think that's the best time to scalp. All right, we'll see if we get the breakdown here. If we get another bounce, there's 89s, 85s, so not too bad here with my little 30 shares. I think I just kind of got to be in and out of this one too, though. Maybe I'm going to get that bounce here, but I'll give it a little bit of time. 79s, 83s. It doesn't want to hold down here. Maybe I should have taken profits, but those are the type of scalps I've been doing, though. There's 81s again.
Ooh. I like AMTD now. After that last rejection.
There's 75s. Don't bounce here, UPS. Don't do that, man. You know you want to drop. Come on.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, man. Just don't do it. You know you want to be weak here.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's got to break. I'm looking for 112.50s is what I'm really looking for. Every time it gets down there, it bounces, though. There's 73s. I'm going to get out there. Maybe I got a $20 win on the day. Just scalping the little move, so I can. I did want to take a slight profit there, but at the same time, with the sizing I'm using, I'm just gonna take my 70% profit from it. And what I mean by 70% is that I'm keeping around 75% of this win, right? $3-4 win. If I make $11 gain, that's like roughly 70% in net that I get to keep. And so I'm just gonna take my little 70%, be up $20 on the day, and
Nothing wrong with it, brother.
yeah. Regina, I've kind of, if you haven't been paying attention, I've said it about what 4 times by now. Um,
Earn your cents, man. Earn your cents.
yeah. Um, but yeah, basically, my commission on that $10 win was probably like $3, maybe four. And so in the end, I still net profit from it. Like I'm still up net on the day, even though I'm only up $20. Again, I'm just trading small guys until you know I get to the point of the day where I'm actually doing a little bit better. I could probably throw Mitch up until then too. Uh, but yeah, just small little trades, just trying to kind of hang out and not take any big risks until I can get to the part of the day that's a little bit more favorable for me. Yeah, I'll throw Mitch up, and he can break down stuff for now.
Just hanging out, guys. Hanging out. No trades.
Yeah, me
On
too.
a normal day, I would attack AMTD.
Yeah.
If I was training my normal strategies, I would attack that stock.
But yeah, Regina, listen, I'll say this though: if you do that again, I'm gonna ban you. Okay, like don't be a child. Like wait your turn. You know, if if I don't answer you right away, especially if I'm in a trade like I was, like I said, don't
All right,
demand attention.
guys. Big
Um,
squeeze here. CGC.
just wait your turn. You know, I'll get to it. But if I'm trading, I mean, try to be objective and think about it from my perspective. Like I'm in a trade and I got people asking me questions. I'm not gonna be able to answer those questions immediately. So again, don't be a child. Have some patience. Wait for me to respond, and I'll get to it. Don't demand in all caps saying the same thing over and over again like a 5-year-old. You know, I'm not trying to be insulting, but seriously, like think about it. You know. Um. Anyways, gonna move on. Uh.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Watching CGC to like, rip out through this 2050 here, guys. Want to see volume recollect here. CGC
Yeah, I was watching CGC earlier. I think I've been
looks strong
attacking.
now.
I've been attacking it too heavily, and this makes sense
It's
why
just it's
it
stuck
faked
in a big range.
right. It faked out a fade this morning even too, and I think I've been attacking it with fades, and it hasn't been working super well. Ah, there goes UPS. Maybe I got out too soon.
Uh, CGC is a classic example of if you do not see the long term support breakdown, do not attack the fade.
Right.
It's just as simple as that. Because what it did today is it broke the short term support, but the long term $20 has been holding for so long that it's kind of doesn't really make sense to attack a stock that broke down to 2006 that keeps holding at 20.
Right.
You want to see it break through that 20, maybe get to like 1995, break that whole dollar, then pop right above the whole dollar. That can give you kind of that momentum to really break down again through that whole dollar. I think that's what we've been doing often is we need to see a huge support break. If there's
Right.
not a huge support break, let's not attack that stock. Let's look for the stocks that give us that huge support break, like UPS, AMTD, ETFC, AMD today even. It popped above the VWAP, but really your risk should have been near that 32. And if you held towards that 32, you still get the trade.
Right. For sure. Thoughts on Boeing continuing back up? Ah, there goes UPS. I missed that one.
Where's this one at right now?
Boeing for now it's just sideways until it really breaks. Here's the thing: you see the pre-market high at 138 or at 338, even. I'd look for that level to hold as support. Right now the spread's kind of in between it, but I'd look to see if that pre-market high at 338 holds as support and then it continues to go back up. If that level does hold, I'd be a lot more bullish with it. But if that level doesn't hold and it breaks back below that and the VWAP, I'd look at it a little bit worse on the long side and more so on the short side if that makes sense for BA. Here, I'll pull it up.
All right, guys. One that I called out earlier, looking for the fade. Just started fading down there. MIK, Michaels.
Right, yeah, man, I did see it. I laughed because I bring my kids to Chuck E. Cheese and they've got like the bouncers there, which I actually respect about Chuck E. Cheese. Like they got the bouncers there, you know. They're not gonna let my kid get taken. They're gonna, check my number on my hand. They're gonna stamp me and make sure that I'm the parent. And so I respect that about Chuck E. Cheese. We went to this bouncy house for a kid's birthday party this weekend, and they didn't have anything like that. That bouncy house was fun though. I was
See,
murking people with
I have
dodgeball, man.
no idea about what that was.
Yeah.
You see, when I went to Chuck E. Cheese, it was free game.
Right. Honestly, no. They changed Chuck E. Cheese about 6 months ago, dude. They changed Chuck E. Cheese, and instead of they no longer have tokens. Now you pay hourly, right? So you pay for an hour and you get unlimited games for that entire hour. And so it makes it worse. All those little kids, they're cutthroat in there, man. They're skipping, they're pushing people out the way, man. Those little kids are cutthroat in there, man. And like I said, there's no more tokens anymore. It's all free. Everybody gets it free for an hour. You pay by the time now. And so it's terrible. It's like I said, those kids are cutthroat now in there, man. I'm avoiding that place. Have been for a while. You know?
Danger, danger.
Right, man. That place is not where I want to be right now, man. All right, but yeah, HAS could be a VWAP bounce. Where's your VWAP at, Todd? Because right now mine's above the VWAP.
Man, CGC classic stock that you don't want to overextend and chase.
Yeah.
This stock has had some what 20 cent wicks up.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with that.
Like I said, I got a good story for story time today, though. I do have a great story for story time today. Rail says, "How you know the market is slow?" We're talking about Chuck E. Cheese in here. You know. Yep. I'm looking at BMY maybe for a VWAP bounce. BMY. If it could pull back to 56.60, I could risk off of 56.20s right here and give myself a reward target of the previous high of the day. I don't think that looks bad. I could either use that or I could do 56.40 for like a 20-cent risk. I think both of those are understandable. Netflix is also pulling back to the VWAP after building up a lot of support right around the VWAP, and so that's looking more and more interesting. The SPY, though, let's see what the SPY is doing. The SPY is sideways, though, guys, so just be careful because the SPY is very, very sideways. If we look at it here, oh, also, guys, all the trades I've been getting in off stream, I have been recording. I could even pull up yesterday's.
All right, guys, just want to make it still known. I'm still looking at CGC here. Still looking good. Just needs to build volume here as it breaks out through the 50s.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna mute just in case. Like, I don't know how long I'm gonna mute you for just a second, Mitch, just so I can pull up the video from yesterday. Hold on.
You're good.
Good. I did take yeah, here's the trade from yesterday, guys. See, this is the trade from yesterday on CGC. So I did record literally everything. Like, if you fast forward through it, there's yesterday's trade. You know, you guys can see it right there. I've been recording all the trades I'm getting in after stream, so nobody. And you can see, if you look at Roku here, you can see it was a nice little VWAP bounce yesterday. And that's the scalp I took. But I've been recording it all because, again, you know, I don't want people to say anything about my trading. UPS again. Oh, wait, my bad, bro. Hey. I forgot to unmute you, man. My bad. Here.
No stress.
Go. All right. I caught it, though, so go ahead.
All right, guys, just paying attention to CGC there. You got the breakout there. What the important thing here, guys, is understanding time and sales. Time and sales clearly showed you the volume coming into the stock as the price action got near the top. You got 2042s, 14,000 shares rolling through there. And what that was is you can clearly see, at least from the price action, that that should be a long stuck there at 2042. So I'm going to use that actually right here. I'm trying to get an entry at 2042 or 2040s and risk off of that 2030s as we've gotten the crossover now.
All right, I jumped in for a quick scalp on Netflix here. On Netflix. Uh,
Yesterday, guys, UPS call out on the long side was actually a good one. And so that's how quickly a stock can change too. Yesterday we called out a breakout through the 40s, and that went up there uh, to like 119s.
yep. So I just got in a quick little scalp on UPS or on Netflix. This is the kind of scalps I've been doing though, but this one's just tiny size. I'm gonna give it a chance to break out to 269 here, but I've already scaled out of it. Yeah, UPS there goes squeezing up. I couldn't take the that one. I just already traded it. We might get a bounce here for Netflix, but I'm gonna hold these little shares and just kind of hang out.
All right, we got to drop down there. The low there was 43s, guys. It didn't even get to that 42. Let's see if it can come back here to the 42s or 40s so that I can get an entry.
I have been pretty accurate with my scalps this morning, and this is the kind of scalps I've been taking. As you guys can see, I'm getting in and out very, very quickly. Like, these are the types of scalps I've been taking lately. Give it one more chance to battle this whole dollar here, and then I'm just going to jump out of Netflix if it squeezes back above it.
Trying to get in here in CGC with a good limit buy. The only thing that's happening with CGC is the spread's 4 to 5 cents right now.
Go look for a rejection here on Netflix. There we go. See if we can hold here, and then come back down to these lows. But yeah, these are the type of little scalps I've been taking during the day, and they've been working really, really well. Accuracy today's been pretty spot on. You can see. There's the squeeze I wanted to avoid. Got out. But yeah, accuracy today's been pretty spot on. I mean, I've only had one losing trade.
All right, guys, got a starter there. Put on there at 2040s.
Oh, here, let me throw a bitch up since I'm just kind of baby trading for now.
All right, guys, going to look to add here a little bit more. Risk is going to be the 28.
There's Mitch.
Ooh, almost was able to add there at 37s. I thought it was going to even out there at 36. There's 38s. Looking for 36.
SPY. Are you long or short?
Long.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I see the SPY.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going to say be careful of SPY.
I see her.
Okay.
I see her. Triple top in there. The real key is 300. If I see a quick move 300 through 300, then I would be majorly concerned. Remember, micro, macro. That's what I try to focus on.
Yep. Yeah, J&J is just so big though, man. I want them to fail too. I mean, like I said, their baby
My
soap,
man said, I want them to fail.
their baby soap is bad for babies, man. Their baby, like, I remember the reason I know this is because it's like when my son was first born, my wife was like, "Don't buy Johnson and Johnson baby soap.
Don't do it.
I bought
Whatever
it one
you
day.
do."
Right. I bought it one day for my kids, and my wife threw it away, and she was like, "We're not using this. We're not using this. Like, it's bad." And of course, this is all pure speculation, opinion, not 100%. Don't sue me, Johnson and Johnson. But my wife would refuse to let me use their baby soap on my newborn son, and so I remember it, man.
Hey, that's the life, man.
Yeah. Appreciate the sub, I mean, appreciate the sub. Welcome to the team. Appreciate the sub, Rick, as well. Millinor, appreciate the sub, guys. Welcome to the team. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live every day for free on YouTube. If you want to see what it's actually like day trading the market, hit the sub button. We do this live for free every day. We're not experts or gurus here. We genuinely just let you watch us day trade for free. We are up about 30 subscribers already today, guys. About 30 subscribers. So appreciate all the love. We get another 8 more. We break 40 subscribers. So we're up 32 subs today. So let's keep pushing, guys. Let's keep moving.
All right, guys, full sizing in there. 600 shares, guys. Gonna risk off the 28 here. 10-cent risk, 60-cent risk, $60 trade. They're gonna look for the breakout through the 2050, getting up there to the next resistance, which is gonna be up there to 2060, and then up there towards 2080s. Let's see if we get the breakout. If not, we'll just go ahead and step out. That's all you can do.
GOSS is up 100%. Yeah, whoa, look at GOSS. I missed this one. This one looks like a very low float stock. It has to be. Yeah, GOSS is up 100% from the pre-market lows or the extended hour lows. Yes, pre-market. So
all right, just want to call out there, UPS is getting really strong move towards that 114. Definitely be careful in that stock. I just want to put it out there because we did short this one earlier. But if you are in this stock, guys, I would just make sure that you're holding to your risk. Right. Don't get stubborn with a stock that's been extended down so big over in one day.
Hey, appreciate the subscribe, Ryan. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it, man.
That's the number one thing you don't want to do is get stubborn on a stock that's super overextended in your direction, because usually you get some kind of reversal. It doesn't mean that it will reverse the whole amount, and it doesn't mean that it's going to get back up here to 120s. But when you get that kind of pressure, you should get some kind of bounce back,
right?
Especially on a stock that has a high float like UPS.
Yep. BMY is down at the level I was talking about. How did you guys learn all of this? Mix between experience, free content online. Like I said, it's not that I'm necessarily against courses. I just think there's a lot of free content available online.
There's enough out there.
Right. I think that most people are going to be able to learn that way. And so if you're going to pay, like I said, it's one of the reasons that TradeNet makes sense, because it's like you get the funded account with it. Most people do, at least. I think almost everybody's approved. And you get the funded account with it. And so, like, their base package, you get 14K in buying power. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade in short stocks. Pretty cheap commissions. Like, I can buy 20 shares, 100 shares, and my commission is like $4, $3 for a round trip. And so, super cheap. Comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account. And so, it's not just the course. It's like a bundle for $400. You actually get the day trade with no PDT once you're approved. There's a lot of benefits to using it. And so, again, I think paying $6,000 for a course just doesn't make sense to me. But again, I'm not saying that all courses are bad. I'm sure there's still, you want to check them out. Great way to help support us. Maybe we're biased. We make a commission if you sign up through us. And so maybe that makes us biased and less objective. And so do your research. But there's the link if you want to check them out. But again, I think a majority of day trading content is available for free online already. Like, most of these courses and gurus are not going to teach you anything that's not available for free. They want you to think they have the $1 million strategy that nobody else knows about, but that's nonsense. Most day trading content's available for free online. And so, like I said, not going to say all courses are bad. Some of the stuff they teach is legitimate. Like I said, I like Warrior Trading. There's a few other ones. I think they all have good content, but it's just about whether it's all relative. It's just about whether it's actually worth it to you or not. And like I said, we just try to be a free resource and community here for traders. We're not experts or gurus, and so maybe they know something that we don't know, but that's all we do. No, I don't really trade crypto that often. Never really done it, to be honest. I mean, 38 million is pretty small. It's not tiny or anything, but yeah, look at GOSS, Mitch. Look at that one. Crazy move. Some type of catalyst had to come out. I'll look it up. Let me see if I can find something on it. But yeah, that's a crazy move. Here, let me just. I know you're in a stock, but look, this is the stock I'm talking about, guys. GOSS.
Go for it, guys.
Look at that. Look at this move. Just crazy move. Look at pre-market. $10. It's up to 2012. So just a ridiculous move here. I'll throw Mitch back up. But yeah, that's kind of what somebody in the chat was talking about, and just a weird move. This one is up. I'm not really seeing it why, which makes me think this is just a pump. Small enough float to pump it, but there's not really any explanation on why it's moving like it is.
All right, guys, remember what I said, guys, about CGC. We got a whole bunch of volume that came in on 2042s. You want to see the volume recollect there, showing you that buyers really willing to let this try to break out, and we can get the breakout.
It's a basic course. It's been a while since I took it. But again, I mean, it's not just the course. That comes with, like, basically, their package comes with, like, you partner with them and they give you a funded account to day trade with, right? And almost everybody's approved for that, and that's what I'm saying. So it's like their base package for 400, the intro package, like the funded account program comes with 14,000 in buying power to trade with the funded account they give you. There is a profit split, and so there's a 70-30 split, and so if you bring it up to 15K, you keep 700 of that profit and they keep 300. There's no PDT rule. You can actually short stocks as well. And again, it also comes with the day trading course, access to their chat room, and the demo account. And so a lot of stuff comes with that. And so it's not just the course. And honestly, it's been a while since I took the course.
All right, guys, it got up to that level. No one bought up there at 2042s, so that's the major concern right now. Just got to hold towards my 2028. If it stops me out, it stops me out. Got the crossover here. Got to stick with it.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up, David? Welcome, bro. Oh man.
One that's looking interesting to me is AMD, just because it keeps topping off there. But what I would really need to see is I would need the SPY to crack 300. I haven't seen that.
I just like Thinkorswim better. Been using Thinkorswim for years.
Yeah, there's really two out there that I feel are the best in charting. Well, I mean, there's a third, but that third is an arm and a leg to pay for it, which is e-signals. But I mean, who has $180 to pay for a platform just for a platform itself? It's a little bit expensive. But
Yeah.
Thinkorswim absolutely being free, you can't get better.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's asking me, did I buy the intro package? I did, and I think the intro package is good for this, right? The intro package, the buying power with the funded account they give you is 14,000, and there's a max loss of 700, and so it's like if you go under 13,300, they close you down, and again, there's a profit split. But I think the intro package is good for new traders that are looking to learn. I think what happens a lot of the time with new traders is that they deposit thousands into a conventional platform, and of course they have all these dreams of proving everybody wrong and turning that $1,000, $2,000 deposit into $100,000 and buying their mom a house and whatever. But in the end, the truth is, regardless of where they go, doesn't matter what broker, platform, course, guru, no matter of any of that, right? They're still probably going to lose that deposit. Most new traders are going to lose their first deposit, almost certainly. Of course, there's outliers, but it's very rare, and most of the time it has to do with luck more than anything. But I think TradeNet and TAF's, the intro package, which is very cheap, is $400. I think that's good because it's just a cheaper way, right? I would rather lose a TradeNet intro package than lose $2,000 that I deposit into, SureTrade or wherever. And so I think that when you think about it from that regard, especially considering that it comes with the course, access to their chat room, and a demo account to trade with for a few weeks, I think it makes sense. I think it's good. It's a good way to mitigate some of the risk that you take when you first get started trading. And it's very difficult to trade. Of course, the intro package, you have a $700 max loss. It's very difficult to, make that work. But you're paying $350 to $400 for it. So you're almost paying half what you get in max losses. And it just makes sense from a risk-reward perspective.
Yeah, I think the thing to focus on this, guys, is at the end of the day, you want to work on your skills on trading first live before you can go ahead and size up and take the gains that you're looking for. So one of the best ways to do that is to use a low commission broker. And that's exactly what this is offering you guys.
Right. Looking a little bit better for you. I don't mind that bounce. Nice, Tyrell.
Yeah, just hanging out. It's either
Yeah,
going to get the volume there at 42s and break out, or it's going to fail. I think that's one of the things that I like about the moving average trade, guys, is that the moving average trade is usually really exact. And so it's either entry here, exit there. There's no really too much room for subjection. And I think that's a good thing about this strategy. For a lot of traders that have problems with hesitation, I think you have to look for a strategy that is kind of written or embedded in the strategy, that this is exactly the entry and that this is exactly the risk. A lot of traders struggle with the slight hesitation or FOMO. And so, one of the best ways to avoid FOMO is to have an exact plan.
Right. Tony says, appreciate the honesty. There's a lot of unrealistic hype out there. Oh, 100%. You know, like I said, you watch the gurus, man, they're going to be telling you, hey, if you buy my $5,000 trading course, in next month, you'll be able to buy your mama house with your trading profits. And I get it. I think that's every trader's fantasy, right? That's every trader's fantasy. I'm going to learn, I'm going to get started, and, you know, within the next month or two, I'm just going to turn this initial $1,000 or $2,000 deposit into $500,000. And I'm going to prove everybody wrong, and I'm going to be balling out of control, and
I'm gonna put my 2 weeks in.
Right. Everybody's gonna be like, John, you did so good. How did you do it? And you're just gonna sit there like, I'm a financial genius. You know, that's every trader's fantasy. Okay, I get it. I totally get it. I had the same thing when I first got started. A realistic way to look at it, though, is that you're probably gonna lose your first deposit, and you're probably gonna lose for a solid 6 months to a year at least. Okay, and of course the gurus aren't going to tell you that because they want you to buy their course. And if they tell you, hey, look, it's going to take years to do successfully, you're probably not going to buy it. And of course, you're going to have people that have already paid for their courses tell you, well, you don't know, you don't know, you just didn't do it yourself, or you don't know if they can do that or not. You don't know if that's not possible. You know, of course, you're going to have people, most of the time they've already paid for those courses and they're trying to justify paying for it with themselves. And so they'll defend their honor, the guru's honor, until death, because again, it hurts too much to be like, you know what, you know, they were a little misleading about stuff, you know. and I'm sure we're gonna get some hate for it. Again, that's understandable. You know?
It's how it always goes, guys. That's why I always try to state that it doesn't matter about your strategy, because you can go ahead and pay for the most expensive strategy, someone has tested over and over, and it's this positive or this winning percentage. That's fine, and overall, you know. But like I always try to remind traders, it's not about the strategy; it's about the execution of strategy, and that's what we try to show you here, guys. We show you the experience of us going through the execution of our strategy, win or lose. And so you guys can learn from both sides. When we win or lose, you can see the execution that we attempt on our strategy. And that's really the important part, showing you that we're consistently attacking a consistent strategy. And that's how you get profits from the market.
Yeah, so this is what somebody asked about paper trading. They said, what about practicing with paper money? And exactly what I said here. Paper trading is a great way to practice your trading plan, risk-reward calculation, back-testing methods, so forth and so on. Paper is great for that, kind of finding your niche, practicing building a trading plan before each trade, and calculating risk-reward and sticking to those levels, and conditioning. Paper trading is good for conditioning. But when you get down to giving yourself realistic trading rules to follow, you have to use a real account. Because your emotions are not going to be there with paper, and you're not going to be able to build yourself real rules to follow. Because again, you don't care if you lose a paper account. I don't care how closely you try to emulate a live money account with paper. It's just not going to be the same, team. It's just not going to be the same, and you have to understand that, and understand that when you build yourself trading rules to follow, you almost certainly have to use real money. You know, it doesn't matter if you use 100 shares of real money, but you need to use real money, because that's when you're going to understand the emotions that you're feeling. That's when you're going to understand the emotions that you're feeling and understand how to build rules around those emotions, right, in order to counter those emotions. And if you do it with paper, it's just not going to be as real, you know, and that's my suggestion to people. And so paper trading is great for conditioning and building a trading plan and so forth and so on. But when it comes down to establishing rules, you got to use real money. I appreciate all the subs. Appreciate all the subs today. Amador, Super, Hamza, welcome to the team, guys. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We do this for free every day on YouTube. We're not experts and gurus here. We're generally just a resource and community for new traders. Like, that's all we are. And so that's kind of why we tell you this stuff that nobody else will tell you.
All right, guys, going to look to take profit into this momentum move here. As we get a push here, I'll take profit. I wanted to hold 2050 right now. Um, but I'm looking for that push out through the 2055s so I could take some profit and then look to take the rest of it off at 2060s. Just gonna keep going. So I'm trying to trying to build here. It has a lot of momentum, has momentum on the 15, 1 hour, and 5 minute chart. So that's why I'm trying to give it a second here to see if we can get a really good drive.
Yep. Hey, and we
Worst
appreciate all the subs
worst
here,
comes to
guys.
worst, guys. I'll stop out on break even here. I wouldn't let a trade that gets into this kind of amount of green go red. That's one of the things that you have to remember. If you are holding towards a reward, do not let the trade go red after it's hit resistance or hit kind of that next level, because the reversal is completely through your entry. So what you want to do is you want to be able to either take it at this resistance mark where it's sitting at there, or understand that you're going to go for the swing, but you cannot lose on the trade now. I think that's one of the most important things to learn. And if you stick that way, you can go for these ranges. But if you go ahead and then you're watching trades go to your reward and then you're letting it go to your risk, that's not the way to trade, guys.
Yeah,
All right, guys. There's the pop out there, guys. Just sold a little bit there.
nice
I
work,
got a
bro.
little bit of a bad fill there, but just gonna let it go. Just let the rest of the trade work here.
Yeah, man, looks good. You get that
Yep.
breakout, it could really run here too.
What's important, guys, is what confirms trend, guys. You guys in the chat, go ahead, and if you guys are just listening along, what confirms trend? Does anyone know?
What
Give you guys a
confirms
couple
trend?
second. Give you a couple seconds to go
There's a
ahead
few
and
things. Volume,
give some
VWAP.
answers.
You know, volume, VWAP.
There you go.
Um,
Well, that's it, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be volume.
yeah,
Volume confirms any trend, because that's the only way we can know if traders got into a trade.
yep,
Okay. So, the pattern is the pattern. Sometimes you get what we call volatility spikes. But what you need to see is when the volatility spikes, you need to see that volume got in there also. That shows confirmation.
yep,
Okay. And so that's what we're seeing here in CGC is when the breakout came, a whole bunch of volume got squeezed or added to the position. We don't know if it was either or, but we know that volume came in at that point.
right.
All right, guys. So we got to look for the next level that we're going to take profit. It was originally 2060, so we got to look for the next resistance level, guys. We just got to go back on the chart. The chart will tell us everything that we need to know. Okay, so now we need to see this stock hold 2050s and make a move up there to the next level, which is going to be 2075s.
Yeah, I like what Manic said. He said nothing teaches you like money lost that you know you didn't need to lose. And that's the reason for that is because that's why people say you needed to pay your market tuition. Because when you make a mistake and you lose a lot of money, you feel that burn in your chest. It hurts. It genuinely hurts. And the only way for you to not make those mistakes is for you to remember that hurt, right? That's how you're going to establish rules to counteract that pain so you don't feel that burn anymore, right? You don't want to feel that burn again because you know it hurts. It hurts too bad. And that's why losing is necessary. Losing with real money is necessary. And as much as traders want to believe that they're going to take their first deposit and make millions from it, and as much as some as educators try to pretend like that's going to be a realistic possibility for most people, in the end, a large majority of people, I'd say over 95%, are going to lose their first day trading account, and they're going to lose for a consistent year at least until they, do it. Of course, there's outliers, but have realistic expectations is what I'm trying to say. Have the right expectations, because once you learn how to do it successfully and profitably, that'll be a skill you'll have for the rest of your life. And so you can't rush it. You can't just demand to be profitable when you first get started, because for most people it's just not like that.
All right, guys. Jose put that nothing confirms. It just can flip into the other direction. Could have been buy volume, could have been sell volume. So really the key thing here, guys, is determining, do you believe in technical analysis? Because technical analysis has proven time in and time out. There's some traders that don't even believe in technical analysis.
Right.
And so,
Anton Creel,
yeah,
the
I
the
mean, hey.
founder of Thinkorswim, does not believe in technical analysis.
So what I'll tell you this is that if you believe that nothing confirms, then I think you're going to believe that no technicals can hold. But if you believe technicals can hold, it's momentum here that we're calling out. We're not calling out a long, we're calling momentum breakage and follow of momentum. And so that's the important part here, guys, is that so what you need to see is the volume continue to build in a direction of trend. It shouldn't slow down in a direction of trend. Slow down causes reversals, not speed ups. Speed ups causes trends to continue.
Right. Ah, what is this? Netflix did it, man. I should have stayed with Netflix. It was working fairly well too.
It
Missed it.
happens.
Yeah, that's alright.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and set a stop on this trade and just call the rest of it a day. It's either going to stop me out at 38 or squeeze up there to 2075s. I'll take the profit, celebrate the trade. There's really no stress in this kind of trade. Once we've taken this kind of amount of profit, we can just kind of get off of it, set a stop, especially in a moving average trade. And that's what I like about these kinds of trades is that we're able to go ahead and just kind of take the pressure off, relieve, and just I can actually set a stop. I don't set too many stops when I trade actively, like say a VWAP fade or a VWAP bounce. But a trade like this, I think it's okay to set stops because your level is so far from it now that it should never come back to the average cost. And
Right.
so if it does come back to the average cost, you don't want to stay in this trade. You want to go ahead and get out and look for a re-entry if possible.
Right.
All right, guys. So definitely, if you guys haven't already done, definitely join our Discord. Our Discord is where we go ahead and put up positions once we're out of trading the live stream here. That's where we go ahead and can have deeper conversations about stocks or just about anything on there. You know, a lot of the times we talk about political events, we talk about concepts that can help traders trade, things like risk management. And what I've really liked about the Discord, guys, is it's become a community, not just John and I talking on the Discord, but it's other traders on there talking about their trades, talking about how they attack their strategies, and
Yeah.
we always see great conversations, great concepts, and we definitely support when we see that kind of good knowledge and kind of people trying to expand their knowledge. You know, it's okay to be wrong, but what I think it's not right is not looking for that knowledge and searching for how you can better yourself as a trader. So
Yeah, for
definitely,
sure.
if you want to stick with us, check out that Discord, guys. That Discord will give you guys a great access to a community of traders that you guys can get information from.
Yeah, for sure. We've got over 1,000 people in there, and it's growing. It's becoming a cool little free day trading chat. It's also where Mitch and I post what happens after the stream. Like I said, I've been trading after the stream a lot. Every day in Discord, I post my trade log, and so people can see all the trades I made that day without being able to fake it or anything like that. And so, if you want to join our Discord to follow along with what we do, there's the link in the chat. Go check it out. Completely free, and like I said, we've got over 1,000 people in there now. What else we got?
Yeah, guys, and definitely, guys, if you guys haven't already done so, check out Trade Ideas. These scanners and alerts that we have here are completely customizable. You can customize them to just about any strategy, and the real thing I like about them is really the speed. There's no other kind of alert system out there that's delivering you with such great speeds. We're talking about refresh rates of milliseconds. I'm not sure where your refresh rate is, John. It's always based on internet, but I think mine was at 32 milliseconds.
Yeah, mine's
Um,
got to be quick. I got the gigabit internet connection, so I'm running a
yeah,
thousand megabits per second.
yeah,
So
we're talking milliseconds of alerts, and so when you're trading, especially let's say high momentum stocks, or if you need gapper scanners or stuff like that, this is going to help you go ahead and plan your pre-market, help you trade intra-market, and catch all the alerts and scans that you want.
And there's the link. If you use our promo code BT15 at checkout, you get 15% off. It's a great way. Like I said, Mitch and I, we do this for free every day. We day trade for free. We upload classes that we've, just on stuff we've learned along the way, because we're not experts or gurus here. We just kind of teach people what we've learned. And if they appreciate it, great. If they don't like it, that's fine too. But yeah, so if you want to help support us and you're interested in checking out trade ideas, like I said, legitimately the best scanners in the game. If you look at what scanners and what tools most of the big time traders use, a large majority of them are using trade ideas for a reason. And so there's the link in the chat if you want to check that out. Also, team, go ahead and check out our website. We've got a lot of free content on our website as well. We've got broker reviews. We've got strategy breakdowns. We've got like an organized day trading course that connects to our YouTube course as well. And like I said, it's all free. Everything's for free that we put out there. So here's the link if you want to check that out as well. Go check out our site. And yeah, hit the subscribe button, guys. Appreciate all the love today. I know we grew by like over 40 subscribers today on stream. So appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support, team. We're just going to keep growing. And yeah, if I decide to get into anything else, which I probably will, honestly, I'll update you guys in Discord. So just join the Discord. Like I said, I'm working up the guts to do it on stream, but I think as I'm growing and as I'm kind of learning what my niche is and my strategy is kind of evolving, I need to have the least pressure on me possible, especially with the sizing I'm using. And so again, like I said, I recorded yesterday's trade. If you guys want to see yesterday's trade, it's right here. Again, I could fast forward to it and show you guys the trade from yesterday. Like this was yesterday's trade, just so you guys know I'm actually like getting into it. Wait, where'd it go? Wait, that's Mitch. How do I do that? There it is. So yeah, here's yesterday's trade. Like I said, if we fast forward, you can see, not faking it. You can even see me clipping everything and like using it. $101 win yesterday. So we'll see how today goes. Like I said, I'm still working on kind of changing and evolving the strategy, and so we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck, guys. All right, guys. Yeah, 100%. Mark Douglas in the zone, or trading in the zone, is, in my opinion, he was the best trading educator that has ever been. The stuff he teaches people about not only trading, but risk reward calculation, market variance. He was very famously quoted as saying that each trade is its own different trade, and that there's a random distribution of wins and losses in the market. And so when you backtest a strategy, if you don't take each example of that strategy, you're hurting your variance, is basically what he said. And he's just a really brilliant educator in trading. So go check out Mark Douglas too if you have time. Best, like I said, I think in my opinion, he was the best trading educator that there was. He, rest in peace, he passed away a few years ago. But the stuff he teaches is super legitimate.
I think at the end of the day, one of the things that you can always take from anything that Mark Douglas said is that what it really does to your mind is that it gives you that psychological advantage that you start believing in a strategy. And I think that's so important. You have to believe in your system, because if you can't believe in your system, you can't trade that system.
Believe in anything. Yep.
Yeah, so you have to have faith in not in your trading abilities, but in the system itself. Because if you focus strictly and solely on the system, that's when you start executing that. And then if you execute it, that's what your system was already had all the variables in place for. The system is in place to give you profits. Now you need to focus on doing the system, not the profits part. And so I think that's really the most important things to learn here, guys, is that if you really go ahead and look at it, you'll start believing in your strategy. You'll start executing better in your strategies, because you know that it's a random distribution, that I just have to take the trades on the trigger. And if I follow the triggers and follow the reward and risk, then I will get my profit. If I don't stick to a system, that's how you go ahead and you see things start changing.
T. Walker said it with one word in the chat. He said probabilities, right? Trading is the equivalent of basically educated guessing, right? You want to use probabilities to give yourself the best chance of success. And so you take strategies that have a higher probability of being successful and winning. but they're not always going to be like that. It's kind of like poker, right? I was originally a poker player before I traded, and so it's very similar to poker where you're calculating, your risk reward for certain poker hands and calling a bet or raising a bet, and same thing with trading, and so it's all about probabilities, and you're always gonna have negative variance, just like in poker. You're gonna have negative variance in trading, and sometimes you're gonna have positive variance as well, but you want to give yourself the best probabilities in the game, and that's how you give yourself an edge in the market.
Definitely agree.
Looking good
All
for
right,
you, right?
guys.
Yeah, team.
Yeah, just gonna stick around, look for that 2070, and I'll take profit. I almost took profit there at 67s, but I'm gonna just give it some work. It's still getting volume lift, so it had a pullback there, but the volume increased on this outbreak, and so I'm gonna go ahead and continue following that, continue holding right now. I really won't let it crack that 2050 again. It should hold that 2050 breakout and just continue on trending in this direction.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday morning for free on YouTube. Like I said, we try to be the realist in the game that just tell you the truth about trading, and we're not experts or gurus here. If you want to use the same platform as us, since everything we put out there is free, if you want to help support us, we do make a commission if you sign up to our platform through us. And I think there's a lot of benefits for new traders. I don't think there's anywhere else in the trading world where you're able to, their base package is $400, $399. You get, once you're approved for the funded account, and almost everybody's approved, you get 14K in buying power. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade in short. Comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, and the demo account. The way it works is like a prop firm once you're approved for the funded account, and so there's a 70-30 split. So if you bring their 14K account up to 15K, you keep 700, they keep 300, and there's a max loss of $700. And so if you go under 13,300, they close you down. But you're paying, sometimes $350, sometimes $399. So you're paying half of what your max loss is a lot of the time, almost half. And so I think it makes sense risk reward wise. Again, great way to help support our channel. And I think it's the cheapest way for new traders to get started. And so if you want the link, there it is. Go check them out. Yeah, that's it for the day, guys. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. Wish Mitch and myself good luck in the rest of our trades. And yeah, team, have a good day. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a good one, traders. See
Later,
you.
guys.